Hello, this is Judy Dahlgren. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a consultant for Close to My Heart, and I am working on some embellishments for a summer page, and I'm also in an embellishment swap, so I'm making extra ones to send to the hostess of the swap to send out to everybody in my group. Okay, so this is the stamp and thin cut set that I'm sending at Z3738, and it's made for our paper pails. But I really adore the little beach elements that are on here and the sunglasses that can be used as so many pages and not the ones that go with the paper pail doll. So I wanted to show you. Now, the picture is a reduced size. So here's the actual size of the stamp set. Let's see if I can get some white underneath here. So you can see that, and yes, I have been using it. And then you get all these thin cuts. So you don't have to fussy cut anything, which makes everything so much easier. Not that I mind fussy cutting, but anything to make my life easier is good, right? Okay, yeah, these are shown at 75% of the actual size. Okay, so this is the crab, and isn't he just adorable? So what I'm going to do with him is color him with the Tri-Blend marker. And these are alcohol markers, and I did stamp with the intense black ink and cut these out already with my die cut machine. And I'm using the dark red blend. I'm going to use the lightest color. I know crabs aren't red when they're alive. They turn red when you cook them, but I'm going to use red anyway because that's my prerogative. And then I'm going to color it with some shimmer brush that I mixed with the Spectrum Noir Sparkle and some rose gold powdered pearls. And I'm going to color over the Tri-Blend red. And I'm using a real fine paintbrush to apply the shimmer brush liquid that I've created. I'm just going to do one to show you how easy this is. I'm coloring the little crabby guy, and he is just adorable. Probably one of the main reasons why I bought the set. I do like using the paper pails though. And this is our white daisy cardstock, and it accepts color really nicely, and it's very smooth. I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me color all these. I'm just going to do one for demonstration purposes. Okay, so now he's all colored, and I'm going to take my mix of stuff and I'm just going to add it to his body. It's just those little fine details that you add to your pages that can make them stand out when someone looks at them. And all my embellishments are going to be using this mix of paint, shimmer paint, so that they all blend together. I'll show you a close up here. See if I can get him to shine there. You see the shine there. Isn't that cool? Okay, I'll be back with more. Okay, what I did was I took this piece of white scrap paper and I put some of the mono liquid glue and little dots, and then I used my heat gun to dry it. And what this does is it gives me a sticky surface to put my embellishments on, so I can work with them without touching them or them moving around. So I wanted to show you what I did with the sunglasses. Okay, so I'm going to stick it down now so it won't move. And I took some of my clear shimmer brush and I mixed it with the Spectrum Noir Sparkle. This is clear shimmer in a jar, like for like watercoloring or whatever. You just shake it up and all the shimmer is then mixed up. Because I wanted some more intense sparkle. I also used rose gold powdered pearls. Remember those from years ago? Because I wanted the rose gold color shine on my sunglasses. Okay, so what I do is I mix it all up here on my craft mat. I'm using a paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint the reflection you would get on sunglasses. Like that. And I'm using a pretty fine little paintbrush. But isn't that cool? It leaves that nice shimmer, so that you're going to get that really nice shimmer effect when it dries. I also did some with the white shimmer brush, and that's what these look like. I really like the rose gold better. The white, there isn't a lot of shimmer, and I may go over that with just the Spectrum Noir Sparkle to give it some more shimmer brush, but it does look like a reflection on the sunglasses. Okay, now I'm moving on to the starfish, and I am using muted brown blend, and I'm using the lightest color. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to these because, of course, starfish usually can be a really light color. Could use gray, but because I'm using the rose gold, I didn't want to use gray. Probably would have looked okay. Maybe I'll do that on the other ones that I'm gonna do. Let's see how that comes out. Okay, so I just added one strip of color to them. And again, same as the other ones, I'm going to use my paint that I made. And I'm just going to add very brief, very small amounts of the shimmer. And I think I'm going to add some stickles to this one for some extra glitter. Trying to make all of them different but yet coordinated, just for some variety. The people who get this, I hope they have fun making cards or pages with these. Okay, so those are done there. And my stickles, I'm going to use the diamond, which is the clear. And thank goodness for these little sticker sheets I made to put my embellishments on. I like having them all cut out and stamped and colored, and once they dry I can just peel them off and they're all done. I don't have to do all that now. They're on the final stages of creation. Okay, so those are done. Got to do another crab, but you already saw that. So I'll work on these next. Okay, we're moving on to some of these other little embellishments, and the sand dollar, what I'm going to do with those, I think, is color the inside with the rose gold concoction. And then I did pull out a gray. It is the brown gray blend, tri-blend, and I'm going to use the lightest color, and I'm just going to add an edge shadow. And this does lighten up, so hopefully it'll just give it a little shadow for some interest. Now the sunglasses, those are fine, they match the other ones, but these heart ones, I decided I'm going to add some red to the outside to make them red sunglasses. And I didn't like how the inside of some of them look, so I took my marker and I just did this with it, and look at how cool that is. I'll give you a close-up on these. It gives it like a streaked effect, like some sunglasses have. And this is the Tri-Blend alcohol marker over top of shimmer brush. And I just do streaks. And I'm sure you've all seen those sunglasses with the little lines in them. They have them at like weddings or decorations. Okay, so let me give you a close-up of that. Let me see if I can get you some light on those. There, that one on this side looks good. And there's the sand dollar. All right. And then we'll figure out what to do with these guys and we'll come back. Okay, this is what I've got left. I have the little shovel and pail for sand, and I have the sand castles. And what I'm going to do is color them with the same colors of the Tri-Blend markers that I've been using, and adding yellow, because Close to My Heart has a new collection out called Summer Vibes, and yellow is one of the main colors. So for my layout, I want it to match, so that's why I'm going to be using the yellow. And I have them stuck on that piece of paper with the glue. That's why they're all mixed in different positions on here, so I don't have to hold it down while I'm coloring it or worry about it moving too much. Okay, so that's the lightest yellow. And then I'm going to go and just do the outline for the shadow, where the shadow would be. And I think I'm going to do the inside of the pot with brown to mimic the color of sand. And it's this one. Okay. And I think I'll do the mid-tone. Make it look like there's sand in there. Okay. Oh, for the sandcastle. Let's color a sandcastle. Now, and the sand in here too. I like to follow what the artists do. They did these little dots to give you an idea of where the shadows would be. Usually the dots are where it would be darker if you saw it in real life. But I'm not sure what the artist was doing here. They put shadow up here and shadow down here and shadow on this side and then on the corner. So it's kind of hard to say if the light's coming this way, the shadow would be here, but not here. So sometimes you can follow it and use it as a guide, and sometimes you can't. But I don't think anybody's going to look at it and say, that doesn't look right. At least I hope not. So what I do is use your lightest color first, and now if the sun were coming down on this, you would leave the tops of the sandcastle uncolored or white or the lightest color, and I'm choosing not to use a color at all. So I'm going there, the sun is coming this way. So this side would be light, this side would be light, this will be dark over here as well. And of course you can color it any way you want. I'm just explaining the way I'm coloring it and why I'm doing it the way I am. Okay, so you can see the lightest parts are on that side for me. So the mid-tone, now this part of the sandcastle looks like it's hidden in the middle here, so it would be all covered up in shadows. And then behind here would be covered up on this side. Okay, so that's where I'm going to color my darker colors. And once I add what I'm going to put on here, I don't think anybody will notice what I'm doing right now, but I thought I'd explain it. Okay, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of the darkest, just to really make it seem correct. Okay. And almost usually the bottom part is dark. You can see how that is shadowed, and then this one too. Okay. So now we're gonna add some fun to it. Get out my little embossing tray from years ago and put these guys in here. Oh, I've got a little more coloring to do on this one. I am going to add red on my shovel. And these markers have a fine enough tip to be able to get into little spaces like that, which I really appreciate. The big tip of the Copic markers, sometimes I have a hard time getting in small areas. However, they do have new tips that you can get. So I shouldn't say anything. Okay, what I'm going to use now is bedazzles. These are from eons ago again, but they're little beads and they last forever. And I'm going to take my liquid glass with the fine tip applicator, and I'm going to put this on here where the sand would be, and put some beads on there. Now I'm going to add a little bit here, and then after it dries I'll go back over it again with the liquid glass because I don't want the beads to fall off. So I'll add a coating here to make them stick, let it dry, and then I'll go back in and add some to cover it up, so hopefully they will be secure. Because I don't want beads in the bottom of my page protector any more than I have to have. And I'm sure there'll be some, but you know, if you can keep as many on your page as possible, that's the goal. Okay, so I'm just going to take these and pour them on. These were so popular back in the day. And of course they're great for shaker cards and anything else you might have. So I'm pressing it down with my finger, and I didn't get any on me. Beads will sometimes stick, but I try not to put too much liquid glass on there. Use my tweezers to pick it up and shake it off. I don't want to rub it because that is still liquidy, but look at how cute that is. Now after it dries, I'll go over it and try and get any loose ones off before I put another coat on. But that's where I am for now. And I have lots of these to do. So I hope everybody enjoys them that gets them. But I'll come back on when I put the other layer on and video that too. And I think everything else I have done. You saw the starfish, the sand dollar, the crab, the sunglasses. This is the, I'm going to show these up close. Look at that one there. Isn't that cool? Where's my finger? There it is. Isn't that cool? I love that, the effect it gave with putting the tri-blend marker over top of the shimmer pen. I'm so sorry I forgot to record putting the extra liquid glass on, so I'm going to give you some close-ups of the pail with the beads and the sandcastle with the beads and the starfish. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.